Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wrestling News Live 5. I am your host. My name is Adam, and we are bringing you wrestling news from all over the world. This video is actually going to be split up into two parts. We're going to be talking about what is going on in the wrestling world in part one, and in part two, I will be bringing you my NXT TakeOver and Royal Rumble predictions. I was going to originally do them in one video, then decided that if I do that, this video would be far too long. So this is part one of two. All right. So let's talk about what's going on. Uh, Obviously, still talking about the XFL. The XFL is the big story right now, talking about Vince McMahon selling his share of WWE, his, I believe, 50 or 51% of WWE, possibly to Fox, which would be very interesting. Don't know if Fox will have full control of WWE at that point, or if they'll put Triple H and Steph in charge. If you haven't seen my first video where I talk about the XFL, go back and watch that. Vince McMahon says that he wants no one with criminal records in the XFL. So anything as far as a DUI or anything like that, if you have an arrest, as far as I know, be allowed to be part of this new XFL, which apparently is going to be run by experts, football experts, not by WWE. This is going to have absolutely nothing to do with WWE. It's going to be completely separate from WWE. And I could not be happier about that because the last time, that's kind of the reason why it fell on its face, because of its association with WWE. So, no criminals. Also, shorter quarters. Um, it's only going to be about a 2 hour game, so it'll be much shorter. They're talking about no halftime, which I think would be very interesting. Of course, a lot of money can be made during halftime. So I don't really know if Vince is worried about that, especially since they're talking about possibly uh, him selling his WWE stock for close to, if not $1 billion. Bum bum bum. Um, so I don't think that Vince will really have anything to worry about, or he'll have any need to run commercials if he sells for $1 million. All right, that's going to get really annoying after like the first time, and it probably already has. All right, so moving on, 205 Live is going to be getting a new general manager, and this was announced by Daniel Bryan. And someone has already shown interest in being the general manager. Hurricane Helms sent out a tweet the other day saying that he's available, he is free. So WWE, I don't really know if they're paying attention to anything that Hurricane Helms says. We know he's a friend of Matt Hardy, so maybe Matt Hardy can help get him a job. I don't know. Um, so Hurricane Helms has shown interest in being the new manager of 205 Live. Um, Rich Swann has been dismissed of all charges, has been dismissed of all charges of allegations of domestic abuse. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that he has been reinstated by WWE. If not, then we will probably most likely see WWE reinstate him very soon, very, very soon, um, because of these charges being dismissed. So if um, WWE has not reinstated Rich Swann yet. We're probably going to see him be reinstated in WWE. Maybe, who knows? Maybe WWE will make him work out or sit out the rest of his uh, um I'm sorry, sit out the rest of his suspension. Who knows? It's very possible. But in my opinion, WWE has no reason now to not reinstate Rich Swann. Apparently, moving on from well, I don't want to say it because it's in very bad taste. But moving on from Rich Swann to Enzo Amore, and well, I'll just let you make the connection there. Moving on from Rich Swann to this situation, by the way, there's nothing really to make light of, but it was really next. Um, Apparently there were some Raw 25 changes. The original plan was for the Amore to be involved in the Dudley segment. It was going to be him and Goldust. We're going to be involved in the Dudley segment, and that was going to happen, I believe, in the Manhattan Center. The Manhattan Center was going to originally get that segment, and of course, it was moved to Brooklyn at the Barclays Center, and it was Barclay who ended up getting that segment. So originally, though, it was going to be Amore and Goldust, and they were going to get their asses handed to them by ju- by ju- by the Dudley, excuse me, and those changes were made, and instead we got two cruiserweight matches on the pre-show. Um, I'm sorry, two dark matches. The Manhattan Center was given two dark matches, two cruiserweight dark matches. So that was a last minute change on Raw 25 due to, of course, the Enzo Amore accusations, um, accusations of sexual assault, sexual battery, um, which no charges brought on Enzo Amore yet at this time. But Enzo Amore still was released from WWE due to him not bringing it to the attention of WWE back in October. Because of this, Enzo was released. Not because of the accusation, but because of not bringing it to WWE's attention. Apparently, the Rumble odds have changed. And no, the smart money has not come in yet. The smart money usually does not come in until about the day of, but still the odds have changed. Yesterday, I reported that Daniel Bryan was at number 3. He has moved way down, way, 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 way down the list. Not even in the top 5. Probably not even in the top 10, according to Oddsmaker. Oddsmaker.com. Roman Reigns, now at number 1. Holy shit. Can you imagine if we get another Roman Reigns Royal Rumble victory? The fans in Philadelphia will just take a shit all over it if that happens. I cannot imagine the backlash that WWE will have if that happens. I the last time that Roman Reigns won the Rumble was in Philly. It was back in 2015, and it was in Philly. Um, they're in Philly this year. The fans didn't like it last time. They didn't like it 3 years ago. They're not going to like it anymore now. Um, so Roman Reigns number one, Nakamura number two, John Cena number three. Holy shit! Can you imagine? Ah, I don't like number one or number three. I'm okay with Nakamura winning. It would sort of be out of nowhere. He is sort of just around the mid card. So I wouldn't mind if it was Nakamura. I would definitely mind Roman, and I would mind Cena. Um, I think I even said yesterday that there is a chance that Roman will win the Rumble. I said it right here on the show. If you didn't tune into yesterday's show, after you finish this one, go back and listen to yesterday's show. I said there is a greater chance that Roman will win the Rumble now that he dropped the IC title to Miz on Raw. Now he's at number fucking one according to Oddsmaker, and holy shit. It's funny because I actually posted a status on Facebook yesterday saying that last time that they're in the status that I posted on Facebook was the last time that the WWE, the Royal Rumble was in Philly, Roman won. They're in Philly again this year. Dot 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 dot. Fuck. Um, because well, obviously you can guess why nobody wants to see Roman win the Rumble. I shouldn't say nobody. There are Roman Reigns fans out there. I'm not saying that there are no Roman Reigns fans, but um, the majority of wrestling fans, especially those in Philly, don't want to see Roman win the Rumble. So Roman at number one, Nakamura at number two, Cena at number three, Braun Strowman, who, yes, he is in the Universal Championship match, but he is at number four, and Finn Balor at number five, who I think is the best option to go with, especially after um, Triple H raising his hand at Raw 25 and the whole Balor Club click intermingling too sweet thing that they did at Raw 25. So I absolutely think that Balor is probably the best option. If they're to go with someone, I would go with Balor. Nakamura, I guess, Ming too. Don't count out Matt Hardy. I mean, there's a chance that Hardy could win it, but I mean, you know what though? After losing to Bray Wyatt, I'm not really so sure. Strowman, yeah, he's in the Universal title match, but it would be interesting if he loses that match and then is in the Rumble. Okay, and then wins the Rumble, and then you know, has a number one. He's right back in it. Yeah, I mean, sure, just have him win the match, just have him win the title. Which, well, anyway, we'll get into that later when I do my Royal Rumble predictions. But Roman number one, Nakamura two, Cena three, Strowman four, Balor five. Daniel Bryan, I think, has moved all the way down to like 50-1. So again, smart money hasn't come in yet. Once the smart money comes in, then we'll know a bit more. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, by the way, I'm not going to give any Rumble predictions in this video. If you want to see my Rumble predictions, tune in a bit later, and I will do my NXT TakeOver and Royal Rumble predictions in one video. Speaking of the Rumble, Ronda Rousey says that she will not be at the Rumble. Um, of course, we know that one of her fellow horsewomen will be at the Rumble. In fact, she'll be competing for the women's championship. in that match. Um, but Ronda Rousey says that she will be in Colombia and she will not be at the Rumble. Um, Triple H released a statement recently saying that yeah, there's no contract, and it looks like Vince has sort of lost interest in the other horsewomen. Um, of course, he's still showing interest in one of the horsewomen, but it looks like he sort of lost interest in the others. And now it looks like, according to Ronda Rousey, she will not be at the Rumble. She says that she will be in Colombia filming a movie. But we will see. Who knows? It's very possible. It's very, very possible that we will still see um, Ronda Rousey. So, yes. Dozer, I believe her name is. Hang on. Let me just get this. Let me make sure I get this right. Besler. Besler is her name. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going on Bleacher Report right now. I just want to make sure I got this right. I just want to make sure I got her name right. Again, I'm not a UFC fan, so not a UFC fan, so I don't really follow. But whatever her name is, she will be competing. Basler will be facing Ember Moon. I'm sorry, not at the Rumble, on NXT Takeover. So that is all of the news right now. Again, tune in for my NXT Takeover and Royal Rumble predictions. I'll be doing that one in about an hour or so. That is all the news for right now. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure to go like Wrestling News Live 5 on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at I've Got Till 5. So I will see you in about an hour for my NXT takeover and Royal Rumble predictions. I will see you then.